Hello everybody, welcome back to Whimsicraft. I don't have any armor on for some reason. Looked in, first one, here you are indeed. Yep, today we're going to be doing a bunch of designing, which I'm actually super excited about because I've done designing for a little while, like proper big designing. Obviously, I've done a little bit of designing for things for today's episode, but I haven't actually done any major designing, so that's what we're going to do today. I'm going to get out a lot of netherrack. And we're just going to kind of build some stuff. I don't know. Well, I say build some stuff. I'm going to plan some stuff. And specifically over here, I'm just going to set myself to streaming. But basically, this nice big flat area over here is what I want to turn into a shipyard. And I think it'll be pretty cool. We've got like this river. And I guess my idea is that the rocks will come from the quarry into the shipyard area and then be taken off down the river somewhere. Probably into like a void here because this river is far too tight for any ship to get down. Maybe they disappear or something. What will you build? Well, that is exactly what I'm deciding. So I think very simply we need an area to work with. We need some kind of like nice big flat area. Actually, what we can do is do I have my render distance down? Yes, of course. And I also don't have shaders on, so we'll get those up and running because why not? Always nice. It'll fit nicely. Yeah. I've kind of had this plan for a while, like the idea of having a shipyard. I'm gonna have dock shipyard, whatever you want to call it. But I haven't really, I guess, acted on those plans yet. And yeah, I'm actually taking a lot of inspiration from the chappie that lives over here. This is Dr. Rock's base. And you can see that there's a shipyard with some ships and it looks awesome. And I want to at least somewhat steal some of this ideas. So yeah, basically the idea of having like a raised dock with ships, I think that's super, super cool. But obviously we need a bit more than this, but more as in different. Like this area is really cool, but the scale, in my opinion, is what makes it so impressive. Like this, like boardwalk area is massive. Mine's much smaller, so I need to cram a lot of detail into a much smaller space. And I think that's where kind of very, very specific planning needs to come into play. But I think some things that we're definitely going to steal from this base is the kind of like raised area. I think that's cool. I like the lighting here, but I'm not going to completely steal everything. Happy Smiley, hello! How's it going? I don't really like this edge, to be honest. I think it doesn't really quite fit the vibe that I like. These blocks work very nicely here, but I don't think they'll work so well in my own base, so we'll change some of that up. And, of course, yeah, the scale is just going to be different. But I think that's plenty of inspiration stolen from Dr. Rock. We're going to get back to my base and yeah, hopefully I guess draw some stuff out in netherrack. This is something that I do very frequently. I feel like I don't talk about it too much on videos and streams, maybe as much as I could, but basically everything that you see here has either, ooh, shadows are glitching, it's all good. But basically everything that you see here was either built in creative first, or planned with netherrack, or both. This area in particular, I built all the squares out with netherrack, and then designed them in creative and took them back into here. So, yeah. How am I? I'm doing pretty fantastic, actually. Yeah, just kind of, I don't know, I feel like I didn't really have a plan for this stream. I've been thinking a lot about the video that I'm releasing at the end of this stream. That video I put a lot of effort into, in terms of some of the things that happen and blah, 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 blah. I won't get into it too much because I talk about it in the video itself, but basically I put a lot of effort into that video and I didn't really think about the stream too much, which is why we're going to do some designing today. So first off, let's think about how much space we actually have. So if I kind of just place netherrack down, we kind of have space up to, yeah, I guess up to here. Now something cool that we can kind of, I guess, take advantage of is height. I got a bit back already. But yeah, basically something that we can definitely take advantage of is height, where similarly with Dr. Rock's base that we just looked at, there was this really interesting idea of height, and height as in the buildings themselves were very tall, but they were also raised on the boardwalk. And I think I want to emulate that, but actually, I'm not sure about this. Maybe a diagonal is better than jagged lines. Oh, we the first to watch? Yeah, I appreciate it. I think jagged lines will be better, like diagonals. Oh, yeah. There's a ravine under here. I do often forget what is like underneath and around these parts, so can lead to some awkward problems. But yeah, basically my idea is to raise this up and then also have raised buildings on top of the raised platforms, so it just feels very like it's imposing on the river itself and nature, because that's something that I've been doing with this build a lot, where I've been thinking about how kind of nature interacts with industrial means. Like when we fly up, we can see like nature almost being held back by the wall, and then nature being kind of crushed with the fence, and obviously being destroyed with the... And I think that's a really nice thematic sense, and I think that's something that we need to kind of use here with the block choices, and also the domineering effect of the almost the dominating effect of this whole thing. And I'm going to change this up a little bit so we get this nice even diagonal, because even lines are things that I like a lot. Things that are odd-numbered and awkward are not my favourite, but how do we think of that for an area? I mean, it's actually not massive. Like, when you compare it to the size of the base, it's really not that big. But, of course, we've actually got... I guess we've got quite a lot of freedom in terms of height, so that's something that I want to think about in more detail. How tall is this going to be compared to the river? I think Dr. Rock's is almost like 7 or 8 blocks taller than the water, which is nice, but I'm not sure I want to quite go that high, because at the end of the day, this road needs to get to the boardwalk, and if this was 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 blocks taller, how on earth is a truck going to get from here to there? Like, it's just not possible. And I think that's why if we go to like 3 blocks, we can have a ramp, and it doesn't feel like, well, the ramps are obviously going to just fall down, because they're very, very big, heavy trucks. Like, if we look at this truck over here, it's actually like really big. And I guess if I attempted to just kind of drive this truck up a ramp that wasn't properly secured with, like, you know, cross beams like this one, the ramp would surely collapse, and we don't want to make it feel weird because of that. I think here might be better being like flat. The only reason for that is basically because I think, again, we need the ramp here. Or do we? Because one thing that I'm not sure about is this edge obviously has a fence, but how did they build that fence? Like, how did they get there to build the fence when this is all like planted with trees? But I guess these trees were planted literally, and so it means that they wouldn't have been there to begin with. And so maybe they built the fence first. So they built the fence round first, and then, so there's not going to be any ramp here in that case. I'm not sure now. If I'm not putting a ramp in, doing a lot of flying and thinking, this is what this is going to be. So if we say that, actually, I think one thing that will be helpful is putting these blocks in. 1, 2, 3. And we can kind of see the height difference and the issues with that. I think one thing that we could do is push into this forest a little bit. So this forest is co-owned by everyone who lives here. So Spaghetti, who lives here in the shoe, kind of owns, like, up to around here. Will kind of has cleared most of his area that he owns, but he does own this forest, basically. And then I kind of co-own it with this bit. And so that basically means that I could do this. So instead of the dockyard just ending, we pull it up to here. We kind of obviously flatten this. But then we've kind of suddenly gained some extra space. And I think that works. And the reason why it works is because it will feel like I'm cutting into the landscape more, which obviously fits the themes that I was talking about before, with kind of destroying and crushing nature. So I go up 3 and then across. So I now take this across. Thankfully I can be pretty speedy moving these blocks across because of swift sneak. It's always nice. And then so this, because this is now right up against the forest, I can really attack the forest. And yep, alright, see you soon. And then we've got, not only have we got some areas to fill, I guess, but we've also got some, yeah, different blocks to think about. So I'm gonna take out this diagonal. I did like the idea of the diagonal, but I think this solution is better. And then what we need to do is we need to think about how we're encroaching on the river. So obviously we do want to kind of push into the river at least somewhat, because a really big container ship or whatever isn't going to be able to like push right up against the shore. So we need to kind of, I guess, maybe, I'm trying to think whether it would be better to have a bigger river. Because obviously I have a huge amount of freedom in Minecraft to do whatever I want. So would it make sense to, because this river here is not usable. This was the whole intention of this area, is that you can barely get a boat through here, let alone a ship. And so it's kind of like blocked off, I guess. And that's the whole point. It feels like nature is completely owning this area, and then over here it's not anymore. And that means that the ships don't really need to get through here or any of this wider area, but it's really important that the ships have at least some freedom here. And I think the way we're going to do that is that kind of this segment of land should probably be cut off, like maybe from here around to here. I kind of just throw in an organic curve there to try and make the river make more sense, but I don't know if that's necessary, because I want the ships to have more space, because I want to build a horizontal ship across here. Yeah, that's what we're going to do. Okay, that makes a lot of sense. If I destroy all this again, because if I plan out the ship real quick, so I guess I want to take advantage of like the thickest part of the river, or the longest part of the river, so maybe from like here. I need to sleep real quick because I can't see a dang thing. Oh, actually that's a little chore that I need to do. Get rid of this floating fence that was placed in my base a while back. Oh, I'm too good at flying with an elytra. First try land on the fence, let's go. Ooh, got a short to edit as well, should be fun. Basically, yeah, I added a little bit of a, I guess there's a cool section of video that I think deserves its own short, and kind of refinement as a story almost. But of course, I'm a bit more limited for time with the short, so it's going to be interesting trying to do the edit, which is actually something I've been thinking and talking about quite a lot. So in our private Discord, we have an area where we kind of just talk about making content and videos, and we don't really talk about the SMP. We talk about like actual things about editing and things about content and all of that stuff thing. And it was really interesting chatting to a bunch of different people who edit really differently. So my videos so far have been rather slower paced. They've been quite, I guess, slow and chatty. And this time I kind of have changed that almost. Or I've been thinking about changing it. I don't know if I have succeeded in changing it, but I've been thinking about it. And one of the ways that I've been trying to change that is by yapping less. Because I think for my first few episodes, something that I did was kind of talked as if it was a stream rather than a video. Because at that time, I'd been streaming, like, at the beginning of the server. I hadn't been making videos very much. I'd been doing a lot of streaming. And so I talked as if it were a stream, which doesn't make sense when it's a video. And it kind of made the video worse. And so that was actually it was a really important, I guess, learning experience for me to realize that, that kind of didn't matter. I'm honestly not sure why I'm destroying this, because it's going to be under a big platform anyway. I guess I could flatten it and then light it up. That might make my life easier. Just for building and placing stuff purposes, like at least having something flat is kind of handy. I'm going to flatten this down a little bit so I've got some freedom. And then what I want to do is I want to grab some torches before I put a roof on it and then turn it into the world's worst mob farm. Because I really don't want that. But yeah, let's hop into here, run down these stairs, find some torches. There we go. And yeah, I guess thinking about editing is just interesting for me because I'm not very good at editing. Like that might seem, I don't know, like I'm kind of downing my own skills or whatever, but genuinely I haven't studied editing. So some of the people on the server have studied editing and know like editing lingo and like proper techniques and stuff. I don't at all. And so it's very interesting listening to them saying how you're supposed to do things, and me thinking about how I actually do things and how it's actually very different. And it's honestly interesting because it's almost cool because I can then think about whether I want to adopt said techniques or whether I would prefer to kind of stick to my own style and things that I prefer. And especially with the changes that I've made to my editing recently, it's pretty interesting to analyze. I think there was a thing where kind of at the beginning of the server's life, I was quite worried about over-analyzing editing and videos because I wanted to be very careful that I didn't I guess I wanted to be careful that I didn't overthink and become a perfectionist or dislike my own videos and stuff like that, and I feel like now where I'm at a point where I've literally made like, is it 30 episodes? Like that's enough content for me to be happy that I don't think I'm going to kind of psych myself out or get burnt out thinking about editing and stuff like that. And so what that means, actually, you know what, I'm just going to keep this netherite chalk box with me, a bit easier. But basically what that means is I can now much more deeply analyze and figure out why things are happening and what I can do to make them better and stuff like that. So, for example, I was chatting to Finn, and he said that one really good way of kind of learning editing and stuff like that is by finding a video that you really liked and watching the video, sure, but also kind of making notes, or mental notes, not necessarily physical notes, but making notes about exactly why you enjoyed the video. Like what it was in terms of editing that made the video so good. Like was there something, the way that it was said, the way that it was edited, the pacing, something along those lines. And I thought that was a very valuable thing for me specifically, because I'd never done that before. And, hey, Thumpton's back. I'm just talking about editing, saying about how, yeah, it's pretty cool to think about editing in a different way and analyze things. And I feel like from a non-YouTuber's perspective, it can be quite difficult to kind of understand why I would think about editing like that. Like, it's not like this is a science experiment. I don't need to analyze with like tools and, you know, whatever it is. But actually, I do, but I need to do it for a different reason, and it's because I produce videos to show off what I've created to people who care. But to do that, the video needs to be entertaining, and people need to enjoy the video to enjoy what I've created. And the reason why I edit the way that I edit, or the reason why I'm learning to edit, I guess, better, is because I want people to, I don't know, I guess I want people to enjoy the edit, but from an outsider's perspective, it can be difficult for that to make sense. To be like, why would you not just edit it well? And it's like, well, that's difficult. And it's like, it's not just as simple as putting the cuts in the right place, but it's figuring out how many cuts I want, and the way that I speak, and the way that I kind of think about things. And it's really cool. Nah, it's fun already. You think the videos are good as they are? Well, that's interesting, because I actually disagree, and it's for a reason. It's for a different reason, and it's basically because I don't enjoy editing. And it was a very interesting thing that I mentioned. I was like, I don't enjoy editing, but I'm gonna have to edit. So how do I change the way that I edit to make it enjoyable? And the way that I do that is be better at editing, or edit in a way that makes me want to watch my own video as I edit. Like, however I want to word it, it's interesting for me, I guess. Okay, so now what we're doing with the actual build, now that I've kind of just added some boring lines, what I want to do now is I need to figure out how I can make this river naturally kind of follow the dock, so it makes sense, if you know what I mean, because where the ship is needs to be super deep. Like, I can't have any land here. Actually, maybe what I could do is I could start flashback real quick. And what flashback is, for those who don't know, is basically it's the time-lapsey thing. And the reason why I'm doing this is because I made a discovery. I don't remember when it was. It was a little while back. I made a discovery that basically people enjoy time-lapses and find them engaging. And I was like, okay, cool. I enjoy making time-lapses, so why wouldn't I just not necessarily have more, but kind of have some time-lapses maybe near the beginning of the video. And so that's what I've been trying to do, and that's something that you'll notice in the video that I'm releasing today. Video that I'm releasing today in 1 hour and whatever it is, 36 minutes. The thing you will notice is it starts with a time-lapse. And that is purely to experiment with engagement. Like, I probably would have put that time-lapse a bit later in the video, after a bit of yap, if I hadn't thought about it in a different way. It's nice having time-lapse in the beginning, at the end. At the end is actually not something I've ever considered. So, that's actually really interesting to me, because personally, I would never think about having a time-lapse at the end because it doesn't make sense, but I guess it would be pretty interesting to kind of, I guess, prep for the next episode with a bit of a time-lapse at the end. But, I don't know. I think the reason why I won't do that, it's a cool idea, but I think the reason why I won't do that is simply because no one gets to the end of the video. As much as people can say, oh, actually, I watch all the way to the end, I know from my statistics that 2% of people get to the end of the video, which is fine. That's okay. My videos aren't super short. They're not the most engaging videos on the platform, and so why would I expect you to last all the way to the end? I'm not going to. So, and the amount of hours that time lapses take to make compared to the amount of time that they are in the video means that from a creator perspective, it can be quite hard to make a time lapse and then people not watch it. It can feel demotivating to put, say, an hour into a 10-second time lapse and then nobody watches it. And so purely for the reason of motivation, I won't do that, but it's a cool idea. And, yeah, I do like time lapses at the beginning though, because it forces people to watch them. And that's nice. Okay, I'm gonna pause this flashback just for a second so we can fly up. Okay. It needs work. It definitely needs work. But we got an improvement here, which I'm very happy with. Okay, so what I'm going to do is sleep and then we can get back there. And what I want to do basically is I want to kind of, I guess, figure out what needs changing with the terraforming so far, because it's very rough. And terraforming is something that I wouldn't necessarily say I'm really good at or an expert at, but something that I've been practicing is terraforming in a Minecrafty style. So all of this land over here that I'm now starting to destroy, kind of actually quite a lot of this was actually terraformed by hand by me. And similarly the terraforming over here. Not necessarily that terraforming, but this terraforming over here was all done by me. And I wanted to make it feel Minecrafty, like I'm blending in with the natural Minecraft environment, and that's very different from the terraforming over here that Laurie has been doing. This is very real terraforming. It doesn't look like Minecraft, but it looks very, very cool in a different way. And so this is what I need to do next, where I need to make this river feel like it's supposed to be like this. Not necessarily, it doesn't even necessarily have to look perfect, but it needs to look like it's supposed to be like this. Because there's kind of like two things with Minecraft terraforming, where Minecraft terraforming can sometimes look bad. Like just genuinely the natural land kind of looks bad. Like if we fly out, I can probably find an example of where it looks a bit trash. Oh, here. This tree. This, in my opinion, genuinely looks bad. I would move the tree down by a block. And so you didn't get all this exposed dirt. This is cool though. A little bit, except for the weird floating blocks and stuff like that. But basically, it's kind of a battle almost between myself and Minecraft to come up with something that looks natural or looks naturally Minecrafty without it looking bad. And that can be tricky, and that's kind of the challenge of this. So here we've kind of got this issue where the river is actually a cave. Like if we swim under here, you can suddenly see there's actually a cave. And that's cool, but it also makes the terraforming weird. So I need to kind of think about that, I guess. Like here, where the terraforming, I guess I can kind of just push everything backwards. Something I am worried about is not being able to see a dang thing underwater. Like, the thing is with doing time lapses underwater is that you can't see what's happening. And, oh, I'm going to need a beacon, of course. Okay, I'll have to get a beacon in a second. I do have a beacon. It won't be like a terrible challenge to kill her with them, whatever. I do have one, but I just need to get it. But I am, of course, going to pick up these blocks because I am Minecraft's biggest hoarder, and I won't just leave stuff to despawn if I can help it. Unless it's like really unvaluable, like rotten flesh. And even then, if I have a villager that will buy rotten flesh off me, I'll probably keep it, but I don't, so I won't be doing that. Either way, let's grab a beacon. Either in here, nope. Or somewhere in one of these chests. Valuables, perhaps? Minerals. Hold on, where would it be? Ah, yes. So I've got to My beacon is placed down somewhere. I need to go and find it. There's only 2 places it can be, but I do need to go and get it. It's either on the nether roof or in my industrial district. Yep, I see it over there. That's my beacon. Need to go and grab that. I leave it there for storage because I think beacon beams are the single ugliest thing in Minecraft. I think everything has a purpose in Minecraft. Even magenta glazed terracotta can be used for something. Beacon beams are just ugly. Oh, they're lasers, then build a cool looking laser with glass. Don't just use some stupid beacon that goes all the way up in the air and you can't control how high it goes. Flippin' annoying. Oh well. Let's just place down this beacon very quick. Obviously I need to grab a iron ingot or something. Yep. Oh, I picked up 2. I'm so smart. Basically, actually that's something that I haven't really talked about before, that I use mouse tweaks. I'm sure no one cares, but basically mouse tweaks is a cool mod that allows me to use the scroll wheel to kind of take things in and out of inventories. It's actually pretty handy for grabbing one of an item without having to like kind of do this, you know, like pick it up and then right click to drop one. Like I'd have to do that. It's very handy. It's also something that I hugely miss anytime I'm forced to play Bedrock Edition, because a lot of the mouse tweaks that I like are not present. 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Perfect. Okay. Shove this beacon in this corner. Obviously it won't live here too long because we'll put a roof on this area fairly quickly, but now I'm just gonna add this in. There's something that I admire in a speedrunner called Feinberg who does all advancement runs where you have to build a beacon, among other things. And he's so quick at building beacons. Like, disgustingly fast at placing all the blocks. Like, I'm so slow. I also often make mistakes because my click accuracy is not great, but it's just crazy to watch. Okay, beacon, iron, haste, 2. Perfect. And then this is where we're just kind of gonna bring this in and make a much deeper arc in this. I had to go okay for a bit. Could you repeat what I said? What? Brother, I have no idea. I was talking about mouse tweaks for a bit. I don't know if you heard that, but it's a cool mod that allows me to do this. Basically, scroll on a block and make it move around. It's handy. And yeah, it's good. But yeah, no, I don't remember what I say. It's something that you will notice with my streams is that basically I'm kind of speaking on autopilot whilst doing stuff, so sometimes I don't even realize that I'm yapping complete rubbish. So basically if I am, make sure you tell me, because I have no idea what I'm saying half the time. But basically, actually one thing that we can do with this edge is kind of just push it all the way up against. Yeah, I'm going to add some dirt in, and this will give me a reference point to work from. Obviously this dirt will be replaced at some point, but for now I want to have nice steep walls on this because, again, I don't want the ship to touch the edge. And it is also kind of an... Oh yeah, of course. If you're swimming but touching the block beneath you, Aqua Affinity will kick in. But if it's not, then it won't. And it's so annoying. So unbelievably annoying. I don't understand swimming physics sometimes. It's very annoying. I don't even know if that's a thing in Bedrock Edition or not. To be honest, I don't think about Bedrock Edition too often. Because it's kind of trash. Yes, to be perfectly honest, I really don't like Bedrock Edition very much. But it's because I've been playing Java for much longer. I talk about this quite a lot, actually. People will come in and be like, oh, Bedrock Edition, that, this and that, whatever. We're like, no idea. Not even a clue about Bedrock Edition, but yeah, just interesting, I guess, for me. when people talk about it, because it's like, oh, I've never heard of that. People mention, oh yeah, the bedrock wither. That is something that I wish we had in Java, actually. Because in Bedrock Edition, the wither is apparently an actually difficult boss fight, because in Java it is not. Laurie! Hello, Ray. How's it going? Like Java or Bedrock more? Overall, I would have to say Java, simply because of... So there are some things with Bedrock Edition that make it better to some people. For example, the servers. Like just being able to have a server host locally and it just works. That is not something that's present on Java Edition. Or wasn't present for a very long time, and you had to use Eternos, which is terrible. But now that Essential mod exists, where you can host local servers very easily, I now believe that Java is better than Bedrock in every capacity, when it used to be worse in some areas. I'm just gonna put this stuff away and then grab some shulk. Oh. I need more shulker boxes. Do I have green shulker boxes, or do I have grey? No, I've only got grey and purple. Okay, that's fine. Give me the grass. This is something that I need to sort out with this storage system at some point. Maybe that can be a segment of a video at some point, is making this storage system a little bit better, because some of the labels are a bit bad. Like, why would I group terracotta and bricks together, but mud and clay? Like, some of it's a bit odd. Yeah. Maybe that's a goal for me to review this at some point, because when I designed the storage system, I designed it in creative, just like randomly. I'm doing pretty fantastic. I'm very excited for today's video to go out. I'm just planning and that kind of thing, and plans are always good fun, because I don't know, you get to start something new. Oh, Cake will sleep, it's fine. Cake's gone. Okay, Cake won't sleep for me. Cake, could you do this to me? Can't believe it. Yeah, excited for today's episode, and excited for plans. It's a good day. Of course, the looming deadline of an exam on Tuesday is never fun, but you know, it's fine. Yeah, it's something kind of annoying that I've got 2 exams next week, but also I have Wednesday and Friday. Well, not Wednesday actually. I have Friday completely free, but like entire day Friday completely free, and I have yeah, I don't know, like Monday afternoon free, so it's going to be kind of interesting to make a video in like 3 days. Fusey, hello. How's it going, Fusey? Just talking about how next week I've got 2 exams, so I basically got to make a video in 2 days. I mean, I do have this weekend to do stuff, but this weekend I also want to revise for my exam, which is what I was doing this morning, you know? Don't have school at the moment. You are very lucky, Thugden, because I have 2 exams. I mean, I have 2 exams and then a week off, which is amazing. I'm gonna get so much Whimsicraft done in that week. It's gonna be so good. You're not back until February? Dang, that's crazy. Yeah, and way back late as well when you think about it. Like schools in the UK sometimes go back as early as like the 8th of January. But I'm going back on the 23rd, so that's pretty good. I mean, I got 2 exams the week before, or 2 weeks before, sorry, but it is good. Will, hello. You still rocking the Halloween? The Halloween skin? Halloween PFP, I don't even know. Only 2 exams, we have 6. Yeah, but bro, I'm doing a degree, it's different, okay? I mean, it's also easy, and I had to do like essays and stuff for these modules as well, but yeah. Will. I don't know why the oranges make me think it's your Halloween thing or something, but welcome, Will. I hope you don't mind the fact that there's now an entire shipyard just about to appear in your backyard, but yeah. Yeah, no, I was actually saying to chat how how I like how our bases kind of morph because of this terraforming over here, where I've gone for like Minecraftier terraforming to fit in with your more basic Minecrafty terraforming over here. It's pretty cool. It looks so cool. Yeah, I'm hoping it does. I'm really hoping. This boat's going to be an interesting challenge because not only do I get to compare my boat to Dr. Ox, but I also get to build a boat for the first time, literally ever. Gonna be interesting. Gonna be interesting. Also, making this time lapse is gonna be painful. I'm gonna have to like change all my shader settings to make the water clearer so that you guys can see what's happening. Gonna be, yeah, interesting. What am I being attacked by? There's a drowned. There are 2 drowns. Die. Thank you. Okay. It's kind of challenging to make this terraforming make sense. But I think I've got this. But yeah, it's kind of interesting, I guess. Just kind of thinking about school, because what am I even doing next term? Oh yeah, I've got weird stuff next term. Got a variety of very difficult modules. It'll be great fun. And also the exam on Tuesday, for me to be happy with my result for the module, I need to get like 80 on the exam or something. I think it's over 80, which is just wonderful. I'm so glad that I need to get over 80 on an exam. Like, I've got over 80 on exams before, but this is like by far the hardest module that I've done so far. It's like, why? Why do I do this to myself? Like, okay, now your module's a 70% exam. Like, thanks. Thanks. I mean, I'm not that bad at exams, but still, 70%. It's very cringe. That's what I get for doing a hard degree or something, who knows. Not even that hard of a degree. It's not like I'm doing, like, statistics or something. Can't believe there are people who do degrees in maths. It's like, bruh. What are you gonna do with a degree in maths? It's gonna be boring your whole life. I mean, I can't say much. I did do an A-level in maths, but like, bruh. Why are there so many drowned here? Get out. Where are they spawning? Are they just spawning down there? I don't even know. Either way, they're annoying, right? People who do degrees in maths, I'm saying. Yeah, I knew people who went and did degrees in maths. One guy went and did a degree in maths at Cambridge University. It's like, brother. For international people, Cambridge University is like probably the 2nd best university in England. Like, bruh. What are you going to do with that? There's no way, but it's worth it. Maybe they're gonna go on and do smart things, and I'm going to go on and be a boring little accountant doing Excel my whole life. Who knows? Either way, it's a lot easier than doing what they're doing. What they're doing is hard. Stupid bubbles, can't breathe. Feels like I don't even have respiration because I'm doing so much work underwater. I'm losing my bubbles so quick. Swim, swim, swim around, collect all the blocks. Why is my inventory got random rubbish in it? I mean, it's because I'm playing Minecraft like it just happens. I'm doing a degree and uploading to YouTube every 3 days. That is quick. Yeah. I respect it because as someone who uploads quickly, I could not do that. No way. Alright. Pick up all of these. Oh, it's the beacon beam. I was so confused about what this reflection was, but it's the beacon beam refracting in the waves. Yeah. That's why my computer is turning my room into like a heater. It's because of beacon beam refraction. It's like, bruh. Like, this is on like the low power shaders as well. Like, I'm on the standard version and it's still like calculating all that. Like, bruh. Shaders are stupid. I mean, if you see struggle to do one every 2 months, but let alone every 3 days. Yeah, but you guys have like more of a life than I do. I don't know about Laurie, but I have like no other hobbies other than this, so you know. Like, it's a bit different, I guess. One thing that I do need to do is like completely re-terraform this riverbed, because all this stone I'm not a fan of in the slightest. I don't know, like, yeah, but Fusey, you're like the king of procrastinating, so it's different for you. Like, I don't procrastinate doing videos, like, very much at all. Maybe it's because of the weekly deadline, but I'm very good at not procrastinating editing, whereas I feel like you are very, very good at procrastinating. So it's an incredible skill of yours. Yeah. Get out of here, squiddy boy. 2025 is your year, trust. It would be nice to see more videos from Fusey, to be honest. It would be pretty cool. See some major progress in an area that I don't see too often. Yeah, it's always a shame when people live far away, because I want to see what you guys are doing, but you're not releasing videos, so how am I supposed to see you? So sad. Right. Collect all this. Yes, I'm aware that Shulkerbox isn't sorted. It's a crime, I know, but I've already uploaded twice the stream. This year? Yeah. Oh, I picked up the stupid blocks. Stupid drown drops. Scam. Oh yeah, this is interesting. This is my 40th stream. 40th Whimsicraft stream today. So, can't believe it. That I've streamed this many times. Be wild. None of them were base progress though. It's alright. I have to make base progress every single time. Okay. I'm gonna bounce out of this water and have a look. I'm gonna do this so I can see better. Apologies for ugly Minecraft. Yeah, no, I'm just checking. Make sure this terraforming looks good. Yeah, because it doesn't. Cool. Right, let's jump back in the water and make this better. Yeah, it's this dirt bit that needs kind of editing a lot. Let's push this back a bit. I don't know. Feels like I'm changing a lot, but at the same time it needs it. I need to pause every time I look back, because something about my time lapses that I'm very particular about is I really hate it when there's like a segment of time lapse where you're kind of just standing still, even if it's for a second. I remember seeing a time lapse. Oh yeah, it was a mumbo jumbo time lapse, where just for a couple of seconds, his character was just standing still and nothing was happening, and I was like, you didn't edit that out. And that was something that actually shocked me quite a lot. Okay, once again, we need to be sleepy boys. Let's jump over here. Whee. Love how I'm just kind of like flying past all this base progress that's today's videos, and there's just like not mentioning it at all. It's hilarious. That's what I'm going to start doing with these streams, where it's like major spoilers. I'm just going to like just walk past it. Like, oh yeah, by the way, this week I did this. I'm not going to talk about it at all, but it's there. Alright. So, I guess just keep going. Keep terraforming. And let's hop over this fence real quick. Yeah. Something I'm excited about next week is that it's quite likely that I'll be able to play another chess game, which is fun. I know that Bin and Moosh are planning to do their game soon, so that's pretty awesome. And it'll be the next round, and I'll be able to play whoever I've got next. I actually don't know who I've got next, but it's someone. People think you forgot to edit out. Yeah, I don't know. Maybe you did. Pause again. Always feels like when I do like tiny segments like that, it's like this. Like, is that even worth it? Like, I would use flashback to mine like 5 bits of sound. I'm gonna make a 4-minute time. That's me just standing still. Ah yes, that. Oh, the retention graph on that would be beautiful. just like crashes into the floor. Amazing. What am I thinking about this terraforming now? It feels good, actually, because once this isn't dirt, once this is like actual blocks, it'll feel a lot better. And now what I want to do next is I want to kind of add all the netherrack structure in, so I get a better feel for what this is. Like over here, I'm going to keep filling in with netherrack to kind of get a really good image of what this looks like. Fill this in. Same over here. Right, how is this feeling? It's feeling good? Okay. Now, I think the next thing I want to do, in terms of PvP, who's the best? I think the best PvP... I actually don't know. I'm not a massive PvPer. Yeah. I'm not like the best at PvP, and I don't do it too much, but I actually don't know who's the best is. Cake? Yeah, probably Cake. I was thinking about it's either Cake or maybe Crumb, but yeah, Cake is really good. But Cake's annoying because Cake's like ridiculously good at building as well. Like, bruh. How good are you at every part of Minecraft, Cake? So annoying, so good at terraforming and building and... I just clicked the wrong button. Yay! What fun. But yeah. Cake's good at everything and it's annoying. Alright, so next thing I want to do is I want to try and figure out some buildings that I'm putting on top of this area. And also kind of how I want to do the ramp, as I said before, because of course the trucks need to get up higher. Okay, because that one friend who's just good at everything, yep. Also the nicest guy in the world, which is, yeah, another thing. But, yeah, so we basically got quite a lot of space, but we simultaneously don't have a ton, and the reason it is basically I want a couple of things here that's Cakers, so yeah, he bullies us constantly. But I think that there are a few things that I want here. First I want a crane to move the things from the trucks. You've got to move from the trucks onto the ship. We also need shipping containers getting filled up with stuff. We really don't have that much space. Do I need to push this out further? Because if I want a truck filling up shipping containers and then them being stacked over here to then put onto the container ship. Like my idea is that trucks will come up, dump their material, the material will then be moved into the shipping container, and then the full shipping container will be moved over here, and then once the container ship is here, the containers then get moved onto the ship. And I think that makes the most sense, but is there enough space here to have a road for the truck to come up onto? Then we need a dumping space for the trucks, and then we need a digger moving the stuff into the shipping containers, and then we also need a crane. And I think first thing I'm going to do is mark out the space for the crane. I think that makes the most sense. So I'm going to kind of push it out 3 blocks from the edge. Please make sure that the river is actually wide enough for the boat until it reaches the ocean. Well, actually, you see, that is not possible because that is 2 blocks wide. No, it's 3 blocks wide. And yeah, so widen it. I don't own that. I don't own this. I can't. So my idea is to do something different, Fusey. my law explanation is that maybe I'll build something here. Obviously, I'll have to ask Spaghetti and Finn and of course Fern, but something might happen here. I'm not quite sure, so I'm not going to do any spoilers. But I'm going to do something here because this obviously doesn't work. Got a couple of ideas for that. But yeah, basically I want to put the crane in. Grow his wings. Yeah, drinks a can of Red Bull and just like flies off into the sunset. 1, 2, 3. I'm completely guessing the size of this crane, by the way. I haven't got a clue. How big is that? Have a look. That seems small. Like, to be perfectly honest, that seems rather small. Actually, I do like its position, but I think it could be 2 blocks bigger. Like but this way. It was like this. I love building stuff with netherrack like this because I have such an incentive to get rid of it by building the thing. It's so ugly. I can force myself to build with it. That seems more reasonable. As like the floor plate and then the crane goes up. And now of course the real question is how tall is a crane? Because I have no idea. I have no idea how tall cranes are. And I think the thing with that is actually probably doing some research, because something that's quite an important theme across this whole place is that everything is at least somewhat real. So like all of these trees are based off real trees. These trees are based off real trees. These trees aren't, but that's because they're on Will's fantasy, or I guess not quite fantasy, but you know, like less real side. So they're less real to transition the difference, but the fences feel real, the geology is real, like, and then like the trucks are scaled as close as I can, and like all of this is kind of at least somewhat real, and that means what I can do is I can just take a real crane and kind of just steal the height of it. I'll look it up, like, how tall are cranes? And it'll say like 300 feet. I'm like, what is a foot? Like, bro, I'm gonna have to translate it into blocks. How tall is this? That's pretty flippin' tall, isn't it? Is that taller than anything in my base? I mean, it should be, right? Should it be the tallest thing? I can't actually decide whether it should be the tallest thing or not. You know, I'm gonna fly over here and check. I drop on top of here. Be tall. Yeah. Thing is I don't want it to be like comically tall. Like, I don't think it should tower over Crumb's terraforming or Kate's ship, you know, like there's a level of tall where it gets a bit silly. But this is 107. I did not activate my elytra then. That's 107. Oh, that sunset's so bright. Oh, blinding myself. Okay. And this is 99. Okay, it's a bit shorter. Not looking at anything. I don't know what you're talking about, Fuzzy. I don't know what you're talking about. Okay. I think it needs to be taller than the building. So when I think about, like, obviously I don't live in a city, so seeing cranes for me is actually fairly rare, but when I do go into a city, cranes are the thing that you see. Like, they are so comically tall. Yeah, it is going to be tall. It is going to be tall. But I don't know if it's the correct amount of tall. Be cool though. Yeah. And it's not as tall as Laurie's base, hopefully. Barely. Okay, yeah. It's less tall than Laurie's base and less tall than Crumb's base. But it's certainly tall. I'll spoil anything, but it won't be the tallest thing in our area. That might work, actually. I mean, I've already pointed out like a couple of things that are taller than it. Obviously, like if what happened to the lighting? Did you guys see that? I swear the lighting just flickered. Who knows? Shaders are fun, but like even the forest is taller. Cake's ship is taller. Crumb's terraforming is taller. Yeah, I think this works. I think this is a nice approximate height to work from. God, turning. Yeah. Bro, flick the light switch. Yeah, I don't know. But, yeah, I think that height will work. Wait. Actually, one thing that I can quickly look at after I sleep is the view out of my bedroom window. Because currently, the views out my bedroom window are amazing. Like, this side, I get Crumb and Cake and Honourable. Like, bruh, that is the best view ever. Out of this window, I get just the prettiest hill ever, and Spaghetti Space. Out this window, I get pretty much nothing at the moment, but I know that there are plans for here, so I'm excited to see what those are going to be. And then over here I get my own base. That's not that tall. And it doesn't ruin my view of Spaghetti or Will's base. You know what? I'm doing it. Simply because it doesn't ruin my own view, I'm happy. Over here, and I'm trying to be quiet while making dinner. Don't wake my family up. You're the perfect person to watch because you're not that loud. Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know. Am I that quiet? Who knows? Yeah. Alright. Let's bounce back over and apparently kind of take damage on every single tree possible. That's fun. My lighter is just like, ah, ha ha ha, what if you just like die? Right. But then no, the next thing I want to think about is actually over here. You know, screaming tramp. It's true. It's true. Or like loudest person in the world, Ducky, just like constantly yelling. But yeah. So next to the shipping containers, and I think wait, actually I have a thing to show that some people will have seen, but maybe people haven't. This is my Whimsicraft test world, and over here is something that I built a very long time ago. This. So this is a shipping container that I designed, oh, it must have been quite a while ago now. And basically, it's really good and I like it a lot. But what I need to do is I need to measure it and then see whether it will fit in the build. Because I really like the scale of it and I can't just like squish it. So I need to figure it out. So I'm going to... Actually, something that I do that's a bit weird is I use diamond and gold blocks to measure with. And I do this. And it's very ugly, but it makes it very, very visible. Oh, yeah, I need to include the edges as well. So it's 2, 4, 6, 8, 10, 12, 14, 16, 18, 21 blocks long. Jeez. Recage it with armor stands, you can be whatever. Jeez, my God. The lag. Oh my God, the lag. That would be atrociously bad. But yeah, it's 21 blocks. It's perfect. So, if that's the case, how much space do I have? Oh, this is not looking like 21 blocks. That's huge. Wait, that shipping container is enormous. Do I need a bigger dock or smaller shipping containers or both? To be fair, I can push this like quite far this way. Whimsicraft Season 2 base is going to be an armor stand blockhead. Yeah, I'm actually going to spend a year intricately drawing and designing some pixel art, and then it will just be my base, a single armor stand. Yeah. But I think we can push this ship back quite a lot and push these kind of out a bit so I get more space, especially this way. How much space do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay. Yeah. Not a lot. Now, one thing I did initially do that I kind of scrapped is making this bit wider. I think I'm going to. I think I'm going to push this out by 5 blocks. Obviously, I don't want to go too far outside of, like, this land, but I think I've got 5 blocks. Yeah. You know what? It's not like 2, 3, 4, 5. I remember asking, like, right at the beginning of the season, being like, should we draw some lines between our bases to make sure everything's okay? And then, Will and Spaghetti were like, nah, it's fine. And now I've pushed, like, so far in. Taken advantage. But, no. In all seriousness, I won't push any further back than that, so I think that works. Gives me a little bit more space on this side, and then of course I want to glean more space the other side. Yeah, actually, that immediately feels much better. Yeah, that does immediately feel a lot better. I can definitely fit some proper shipping containers in here without it feeling compressed. Which means that now I want to do, said I was going to do, which is make this bigger as well. Will's slowly losing his space. Yeah. It's alright though. Yeah. There's going to be my hard limit on that edge though. And it also means I've got a nice excuse to get rid of these leaves. The only reason it has one house on that side is to keep it. So you can push up as much as you want. Yeah, will I mega appreciate it, but genuinely this is as far as I want to go, so it's all good. Okay. So that is good. I mean, at some point, will we need to completely remove this ugly bit of forest here and do something proper, but for now I'm pushing up the structure as much as possible. Love a random cinematic mode. They're great fun. I think that's something that I'll love to do, like, towards the end of the server. Which is obviously quite a long way away, but transitional areas like this kind of area, I really want to have something more interesting here and, like, here and between me and Crumb and me and LTP and stuff like that. I feel like there's a really big opportunity to do something cool. And of course, this river segment, me and Laurie really need to figure this out. And of course, it's kind of into your territory as well, Will. So it's kind of like, definitely this needs some thought between us. But I think that's a later thing when we've all kind of solidified our plans for everything, and then we can kind of come back and mix everything together almost. But yeah, it's super cool. I'm glad I don't have these struggles. It's not a struggle, bro. It's fun. I mean, yeah, it is. It is another thing to think about, sure, but I quite enjoy it. But yeah, so I need to push this out another 5 blocks on this side, I think. Maybe was it 6 or 7 actually? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 here. How's that? Now obviously we push this out a few blocks too. What happens if the edge is actually there? Now I'm in the water. So again. Because I'm going to live on a doorstep next season. That would be kind of funny, I'm not going to lie. I'm going to have a massive door. Bro's going to spend his whole time building like Monroe Mansion, but just like 500 times bigger so that the doorstep is like enormous. Or Will just lives in like a 2x1. Right. How does that look? I'm quite happy with that actually. Like to be perfectly honest, I think that is correct. So I'm gonna move this ship. Actually, I'm gonna remove this ship again. I know it's a cool little thing to have, but the reason why I'm removing it is simply because I will be making a schematic for the ship. It won't be built live in the world. So a few things in this world were built kind of in situ. Like most of the forest was built in situ. But the things that weren't were like most of this industrial world, and similarly with this, the ship is going to be such a difficult build for me personally that I will be very much doing it in creative, which obviously makes my life easier and also slightly more complicated because I've got to get the scaling right whilst in creative. This is actually something I mentioned in my video. I was saying about how you've got to be careful building everything in creative because the scaling can be wrong. All the way down to here. Ooh, it's bigger. What time is it? It is 2:10. Why are we British? The Brit ratio in chat right now is actually pretty high. It's quite funny. Alright. Actually, to be fair, it often is. Let's break all of this. And there we go. Okay. How do I feel? Okay. How do I feel about that? Yes, better. More space is an improvement. I mean, it's not that shocking, really. Like, having more space to build is going to make things better, I guess. I don't know. But, oh, this is making me feel sick. There we go. Okay. You are all British. Well, Laurie's not. But, yeah. Other than that. other than him. Well, I don't associate with the British. Will, you've got to be proud of our heritage. You can be proud of the tea at the very least. Come on. God save the king and all that. Again, the lighting flicker at sunset. Very odd. Okay. I'm alone on the server again and I have to sleep for myself. So sad. Okay. But yes, I do feel like we're making some decent progress and I'm getting a time-lapse out of this, which is always nice. I probably won't do any more. I'm not sure. Yeah. I think I'm going to keep the time-lapse going, so there's some kind of like, I guess, consistency. It's like, the time-lapse happens and then it stops and it looks completely different. I feel like that maybe doesn't quite work. Oh, that needs to be there. What am I doing? How is that? It's what we say in the business as good, actually. I was about to say something like terrible, but actually I'm quite happy with it. I definitely thought that it would be bad and need some editing, but actually, as I add this final pillar in, this is looking pretty good. Think you're still going to need to shrink the container? No, I don't think so, actually. I believe this is more than 21 blocks across now, so we're good. I'm going to move these bottom lines into the river because they're ugly. Okay. Shouldn't need to change that container very much. Actually, it should fit long ways, which would be nice. I can have one long ways and some smaller ones short ways, perhaps? No, they need to be consistent to fit on the ship properly. Yeah. Now the next thing I need to do is actually go back to Dr. Rock's base, because the reason why we're going back to Rocks is I need to figure out how deep ships sink into the water? Like how many blocks deep they go? Because I have not a clue. Yeah. It's actually really good for my hardcore world. Stage 3 of my hardcore world is like a medieval village area with a big dock with a galleon ship. So learning about ships for that's going to be handy. How deep does this go in the water? Dr. Rock, you missed a block. Wait, yeah, this is the mob. Can't believe that. That's crazy. And there's dirt under here. I can't believe this. I mean, that's cool, having the propeller underneath. But yeah, so around the amount 1, 2, 3, 4. So about 5 blocks. And then what about the other ship? This one is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Okay, so at absolute maximum, like 7 or 8 blocks. Okay, that's pretty cool. Good, useful to know. This is the power of being on a big server like this. I can just steal inspiration from people. Wonderful. I was just going to say steal from people, but that's like a totally different thing. Yes, I can also just steal from people. But yeah, so like 7 or 8 blocks deep, and I have got like 5. Cool. Okay, I'm going to put some netherrack at water level here so I get a good idea of where things are going. Honestly, I was building for so long with that netherrack that I thought I'd like missed the post or something. I don't know. Kinda silly. Alright. Run along here and add the other line in. There we go. And then I want another one along here. Like that. Me once again being absolutely terrible at the game. But no reason at all. There we go. Okay. Cool. Could you build a pirate ship? Not in this world because it doesn't make sense. But I will be building a big, like, galleon style ship, which is quite similar to a pirate ship, but it'll be like a merchant ship, and that will be in my hardcore world in maybe like a year. Yeah. It'll be a while before I build that, but when I do, it'll be cool. I always forget that these guys do actually do decent damage. Me just watching my health plummet down to half as I attack them. It's like, ooh, in a year it's crazy. Yeah, well, I've got an entire villager prison to build first, and I only work on it 2 hours a week at the moment. Obviously, during the summer, I'm hoping to do more than that, but yeah. Cake, hello. I miss you sleeping for me, Cake. Can you hop back on just so you can sleep for me? It's very convenient. No, I'm kidding. How's it going, Cake? Right. So, next thing is more river terraforming. Okay. Yes, we have been talking about you a little bit, Cake. It is true. Yeah, we were saying how you're our choice for the best PvPer on the server. If we were to choose who the best of PvP is, it was you. Hold on, Fusey. Let me just quickly scroll up and find where you said, no, Cake is so mean, he says. Oh no. Yuzi. Caught in 4K. Oh no. Okay. Right. What am I doing next? I guess just terraforming. I was trying to think if I needed to do anything before I start terraforming, but no. Well, actually, what I do need to do, dump all this random rubbish out of my inventory. Yes. Lies that didn't happen. Oh no. Yuzi, it's gonna be in the VOD of it appearing in chat. Oh no. Even if you deleted the message, I still said it out loud when you said it. Oh no. Easy. Right. Okay. Start flashback again. And just kind of dig down generally, I guess. When I do this is like, I guess, the rough terraform, and then there'll be like a better terraform after. This is kind of just like getting lots of material out of the water and figuring out what we're doing. My account got classic excuse right there, Fusey. Yeah, I respect the effort, but no. If you got hacked, then I have to ban your account so you can't say anything more terrible. Okay. Quickly get all of this material out. PvP is overestimated as not as good as people say with the one. Okay, what are you talking about? Also, we didn't say you were good, we just said you were the best. We're all builders, we'll just trash at PvP. I mean, you are good, but we are also bad. Quickly pick all of this up. Did you just say cake is mean because if I remember correctly, approximately 2 minutes ago you read the message. Yes, I did. But I was quoting you. I was quoting you. Oh well. Right. How's this looking? Probably bad. I also need like so many more blocks of clearance. Kind of crazy. Yep. Many more blocks of clearance are required. Guess I'll just be looping back around again. Maybe like this. Oops. I don't want to accidentally start swimming. Rather inconvenient. How does this look? He says not even swimming up. What am I doing? Right. Let's continue filling this out. Stay filling this out. Mining it out. And this is what I was meaning when I said earlier when I just say random stuff while I'm actually being productive. Like, the truth about streaming is that I'm barely even concentrating on what I'm saying when I'm doing stuff. I'm mostly just doing the game, and the other half of my brain is just trying to conjure up random words that seem vaguely coherent. And Will is back. Very cool. You think he's going to sleep for me? Is he near a bed? Probably not. Fine, I'll pick up. Let's go. My savior, I don't have to fly. He's a sleepy boy. Let's go. Okay, so now how many blocks have I got? Like 1, 2, 3, 4 blocks of clearance. How do I get 8 blocks of clearance out of this river? I guess I just keep going down, and then the river goes back up again over here. Yeah, I guess that'll work. But these aren't floating up to the top because they're not source blocks down here. Interesting. Go to the rescue. True. I'm just not exactly rescue, just saving me a rocket, but yeah. Well, 2 rockets? Sure. Whatever. But yes, very helpful. Okay. What are we doing now? I think we are going to... yeah, make this curve steeper and deeper. Okay. It needs to be right in the bottom of the river here. And like, I guess push this back a bit. This is very fun. I'm enjoying this a lot. I always forget that like large scale terraforming I actually enjoy quite a lot. Like small scale, like really specific terraforming can be a bit of a pain, but this just like generic, getting rid of a bunch of material and just going for it, actually super fun. Alright, so my stone mine statistic is going to be going up again. What fun. That's a fun fact about this world, is that my stone mine statistic is just stupid. I'm drowning. What is my stone mine statistic currently? Items mined. Stone 344,000. Yeah. Quite a lot. A rather silly amount, but you know, that's what I get for being the guy that digs. I don't know. Save you a couple of minutes, a couple of seconds of hard work of sleeping. Yes, exactly. Very handy. Right. Making sure I'm picking up all of this. And there we go. Perfect. Okay. I guess we'll just get straight back to digging. Glory. Yeah. The thing about this terraforming that's a bit different is that I have to have like a super sharp angle on this edge to kind of like, yeah, I guess do this, right? So the container ship it's like pointy, and we don't want it rubbing up against this corner too much. And Cake is online as well. Let's go. The whole gang is online. Very awesome. This terraforming feels so weird. Have it look this bad to begin with. I don't know. I guess that's always the thing with terraforming, is that it never looks good immediately. Like sometimes it can start decent, but it never looks like actually good to begin with. I'm drowning again. Oh right, yeah, I can just push this back here. Having to pause the flashback to just go up for air feels so stupid. It's like every 5 seconds I've got to pause it because I've got to breathe. I don't want to put doors down below either because they're ugly for the time lapse, so I've just got to pause it all the time. Okay, how's that? I mean, it's a lot steeper than it was, to be fair. So, not as steep as it could be, but it's getting there. I'll try and do this. No. I was putting so much effort into the edit of my video this week, I actually kind of slacked on studying chess. Just realised. Oh, get back on that soon. Grip. Go. Grab. Okay. Right, how am I feeling about this? Bad. It looks bad. That's what it... Oh, this is behind the edge. I don't even need to think about this. More netherrack, please. I don't have the inventory space for the box. Oh, I do. Okay, good. I need to pause. Pause and breathe. What is chat? Sharon, this is a funny story. I was about to start recording for a segment. I think it was... Yeah, it was yesterday. I was gonna start recording for the video. And then, just as I was about to hit record, Oggy and Spaghetti started like barking at each other or something, and I was like, okay, let's give it a few minutes before I hit record. I was like, what is going on? But I guess it's quite rare that I see them online. It was, yeah, of course. I mean, I should have expected that from telling that story. Oh well, it's entertaining, I guess. At least I'm not recording. Okay. How does this look? Like, this is still not that deep around here. Kind of just need to push this out. Sometimes you gotta like the... Okay. I mean, I guess. I'm not sure if that's a thing that I have to do too often myself, but good for you. I'm glad you're open about it. I'm just gonna drown for a second. I just need to get rid of this rock. Too bored of going up to the surface every 3 seconds. I'm just gonna drown, so it's fine. Pause. Again. How's that? Honestly, I might have finally got something decent. Finally got some decent terraforming. And now what I need to do is I need to make some block decisions. I'm not going to place the blocks quite yet because I want to save it for the video. But I do want to, at the very least, kind of make a decision about what blocks I want to do, especially underwater. Maybe the move is to get a bunch of different blocks and place them all down underwater so I can see what they will look like. That would be smart. Yeah, I'm gonna do that. Like, grab like different andesite, diorite, maybe not diorite, but andesite, stone, and deep slate, tough, all of those different things. Yes, I'm aware that my house is currently full of chalk boxes, but I don't know, annoying. Got to deal with it, I guess. Okay. So what are we putting underwater? So we can put these away. That's what we can do. Put those away. That away, and so my ideas are either stone brick, probably not smooth stone. Seems it's too like blocky. You know what I mean? One thing we could do is look, or I could do is look at some different inspiration as well. Like, okay, my andesite is not sorted. I don't have very much andesite. Oh no. Okay, I'll turn that into polished and then... Why don't you create water breathing potion? Because I'm too dumb to think of that. I should have done that. I mentioned that earlier, bro. That would have been very handy. They're not that hard to make, and I'm pretty sure... Okay, I don't actually have a pufferfish. Okay. I couldn't have made one. Iris, hello! How's it going, bro? Right. Stone, snow bricks, andesite, polished andesite, and then I need lots of different types of puff. If I've got it, I can just use backward stairs, it's fine. And then bricks. And then... maybe... are there any other tough variants that I could use? Hold on. What we doing today? Designing things is pretty fun. What do we got? So we've got... yeah, chiseled. I'm not a huge fan of. Slabs and polished bricks. Yeah, I think we've got the best options out of the tough already. Any other stone or andesite options? I don't think so. And then, of course, deep slate. Got a lot of options with deep slate. For sure, yep. Yeah. And digging. Oh no, there was plenty of digging. There was plenty. Because we were doing all the underwater terraforming for it. Okay, so I need... I guess a few bricks, polished, a few tiles, and then some of the cobbled. Okay. We're building a dock. It is true. Oh wait, it's raining. So cool, like being able to tell by the cloud cover whether it's raining or not. It's so awesome. Simple thing like that is what I really like about this shader pack. Actually, one thing I do want to quickly do is turn up the cloud density when it rains slightly. While I remember. Atmosphere, clouds, unbound cloud settings, rain cloud edition. Okay. And then this will take 500 million years to... oh, no, okay. Sometimes it takes 500 years to load when you change your shader setting, but apparently that one. It does look beautiful. Yeah. Complementary unbound are so nice. They, yeah, definitely my favorite shader pack. Actually, my desktop background, I can't actually show you my desktop background because of how my stream's set up, but ooh, nice picture. Wait, did I post it on Blue? Actually, I think I posted it on Blue Sky. The picture that's my desktop background is on Blue Sky now. It's a very nice screenshot. I've been kind of slacking posting stuff on Blue Sky, but I've been super busy with editing and stuff, so I haven't really had a chance. But yeah, let's place these blocks underwater. So we've either got, I want to place them high and low in the water. Okay, stone is kind of hard to see. Sure, stone bricks, andesite, 3 different types of buff, and then 4 different types of deep slate. Okay, from the top, from above the water, and obviously we need to look at this with a bunch of different perspectives. So above the water, and then with and without shaders. So kind of with shaders, I quite like the polished tuff quite a lot. Obviously, I probably won't have a single block under the water. I'm fairly certain in different places I've seen just like one consistent block, the whole underwater, but unless I want to have a bit of variety, whether it's some kind of stripes or some other type of variety happening, but like the deep slate. I think the deep slate is cool too, but I think it might be a little bit too bright. Now I do have another option, which is if I fly over, this kind of andesite and polished andesite and gravel texture, which I do like quite a lot. Appreciate it, Fusey. It is in the description of this video as well, but yep. It's over there if you want to take a second to appreciate. Oh, I didn't put the other type of deep slate up. Oops. Oh, and there are 2 types of this deep slate, aren't there? So I gotta do, well, I guess there's horizontal, vertical, and then end block as well. Actually, that is fairly tempting to just have a variety of different normal deep slates. Okay, well, from that angle I can't see anything, so let's try and look at it from literally any other angle. I'm quite a big fan of the variated deep slate, to be honest, because it's not too dark. Like, I think one thing that we can do, let's forget about my physical account because I'm usually logged in on the other one. Yeah. One thing that I can do is I can definitely remove that, because that one I don't like. And I also don't like the tuff. It feels too flimsy, almost. Like if a dock was made out of it, it might collapse. But honestly, those are looking really good. Never heard of Blue Sky. It's Twitter, but better. So you know how everyone hates Twitter now because it's awful, full of bots and questionable content. Well, Blue Sky is just like better. It's really, really good for artists in particular, but similar to Twitter, there's like the features are very similar, but the moderation is just a bit stricter. Twitter, but no Elon. Exactly. There are some other nice features about it, but honestly wasn't too familiar with Twitter to begin with because I never used Twitter. So I couldn't tell you specifically what's different and what's better, but all I know is that there's no Elon, which is a huge plus. Right. So now what I want to do is I want to put all these blocks back that I got out of all my chests, which is going to be so much fun. All the different varieties of deep slate. The thing that I care about is how much deep slate do I have? Quite a lot, actually. Okay, almost a shortcut, that's fine. We've actually already got those resources, this is good. Really cool feature of starter packs. Oh yeah, starter packs and feeds. Yeah. Okay, so now what I want to do is I want to not go over there with my own 2 feet. I want to, I guess, figure out what other blocks I need for this. I think for the top floor plate, I want it to be textured stone, specifically like slabs. Stone slabs, but textured with what is the question. I need it. I do like smooth stone though. What do I think about smooth stone? Wait, isn't Ducky using a lot of smooth stone? Time to steal inspiration from someone else. What if you did top of the top and the dark blocks going down? The only reason I'm not totally sure about that is because when I'm, like, not with shaders, it would be a super obvious gradient. And tough doesn't really gradient very well into deep slate, in my opinion. I think there should be a block that is coloured halfway between tough and deep slate, so that that gradient works. Louista, hello. Just flying over to someone else's base for inspiration, because that's what we've been doing this stream. It's been great. The weird stripes are here again. But yes, this over here is Ducky's base, and it's genuinely great. I love this base. Especially the stuff up here I'm particularly a fan of. But down here, he's been using the smooth stone, and it looks really cool. So it's just literally textured with powdered concrete, which I can get loads of. Just with powdered concrete. And I do really like this area. I wonder if there's something I can do differently with this, potentially. Maybe not have tiles like this, but I feel like one flat plane won't quite work. It needs to have some variety. Maybe it has some kind of like structural beams, maybe made out of polished basalt. That's the word. My brain did not function there. Polished basalt has the like columns, or maybe just normal basalt, either polished or normal basalt. And then if we mix that with tiles, they're going to feel very secure. Inspiration of possibly theft? Exactly. But it's only possibly theft, so you can't see me. Perfect. Okay, so what we are going to do now is fly back over. Go back over here and take a little bit of inspiration from a previous build here. Did you see how I've used the basalt here, and I've kind of mixed it with tough and andesite? That's not going to work. I think I need to use the polished rather than normal. Because if I'm remembering correctly, the polished is much more pale. Like the average colour of it is much more subtle. Have a look. Do I have any? This is the real question. I've got one. That'll do. And then I wanted to mix it with this. Let's have a look. Forgot how polished looks. Yeah, that's very dark, isn't it? Okay, I need to not do this inside my house. My rug is getting in the way. Right. You know what? We'll just use LTP's front lawn. He's not here. It'll be fine. My idea was to do this, kind of have it as columns running down. Honestly, even though there's no like connection between these two, it's pretty dark, but I quite like that. Let's do it on a bigger scale. Not massive. Let's do it on a slightly bigger scale and see how it feels. Because I was kind of a fan of that. Right, so we need to get some stone. Oh, not blackstone. Basalt. Oh. Okay, apparently I have, like... Oh, that's smooth, not polished. Okay, got 3 stacks though, that's fine. For some reason I thought the polished was like, oh, I've got like stacks and stacks of it. No. I've got a bit. What I can do is I can turn that into the polished. Thankfully polished is nice and cheap to make. It's not like smooth where you have to... basalt stone platform. No, it's I'm gonna have big areas. I need a flat any flat area to show this off. My idea is that there's going to be lots of this block, like loads, and then it will kind of be flanked or supported by this block. Oh, that's a haste beacon. Okay. To be honest, I didn't know what this beacon was for a while, but apparently it's haste. That was my kind of idea, I guess. And then it'd be kind of tiled, I guess, like this. Maybe. I think it needs some variety. Maybe normal basalt is the variety. Ah, that's the wrong. Okay, so what I want to do now is I want to get more. I just need more blackstone, actually. I need more basalt, not blackstone. Jeez. I think we should grab a shulker and go into the nether for a bit and just do some mining. I think that'll be the smart thing to do. Add something in the middle. Like what? Like some stairs? No, because it needs to feel more solid. Because it's a floating structure, it needs to feel like it's being really well supported from underneath, which is why I like the idea of having verticals. But I don't really like the vertical pattern on these. So maybe using basalt verticals always is the move. These feel... Oh, I just broke a bit of grass in my house. Sad. Okay. And then what if we have this? Oh, that's a moss carpet. What am I doing? To be fair, it transitions really well. Okay, that'll work. That's what we're doing, people. But I need more salt. And I believe there's a basalt delta relatively nearby. Obviously, I've got to get down here. On my way. Okay. Yes, this is not exactly the most elegant solution. Right. Me chatting about how there's a basalt delta nearby. Also, absolutely no basalt delta nearby. Oh, okay, yeah, there is one. I'm not dumb. It's fine. There actually is one. Okay. I'm gonna mine into the walls. It's a lot safer. I can mine vertically where I know that there's definitely no lava. Much better. This is, of course, rather dangerous, so I don't want to be vaguely cautious if I can. Like, as soon as lava appears, I'll just fly away. Boom, lava. Shush. Shush. I don't want lava. I also don't want to be proven wrong. I chose a very bad place. It's random blackstone here, of course. Exactly where I chose to mine, of course, there's some blackstone. Great. Ah, yeah, this'll work. This'll work. We'll kind of mine in this direction, I guess. I feel like I'm being so unbelievably stressed. I guess it's because in hardcore, the one thing I don't worry about ever is lava. Because I'm always holding a totem. I never even think about lava, whereas actually in Whimsicraft, lava is actually kind of dangerous. Hindenburg. Why is VZ yelling about Taki? I guess you've checked the watches or something on the list. I don't know. Maybe. You know, we were playing Mimicry. I have no idea what that is. So, what goes on with that mod? Why is there another wreck here? There's a basalt delta. I have no idea what that is. Do you want to tell me about that model a little bit? Red Tacky was literally in last stream for you. You just weren't here. Yep. No, Tacky's more kind of like less interested in Minecraft nowadays, which is really cool. What are you building? Good question, Bluester. I am building a shipyard. So basically I've got the big industrial base with the quarry, and I decided that the rocks should be taken away, and they're going to be taken away by boat. I need a big shipyard, a big crane, a bunch of like shipping containers, and it's actually going to be almost like a miniature version of Dr. Rock's base. Dr. Rock has a really big shipping area. Huge dock, multiple ships, it's great. And I'm gonna kind of emulate that in a small way. It's gonna be cool. Yeah, certainly it's gonna be interesting. It's gonna be interesting for me in a design way because I have never built boats before. It's yeah, not great. Not great for me. So it's gonna be interesting. It's something that I always do with Minecraft, where I always try and challenge myself to build things I've never built before, and this is the thing. First time for everything. Exactly. Add canoes. What? I don't even know if that's possible. Like without, I guess with armor stand magic anything is possible, but yeah, I don't know. By the way, I'm like super over grabbing basalt because I never want to come back here. Like this is such an unbelievably large pain that I'm doing this solely so I don't have to come back. I think that's a good enough reason to sit in the nether for 500 years. Of course, we won't actually start any major building today because obviously I want to kind of talk about that in my video and, you know, do stuff like that. And also kind of approaching near the end of stream already, which is kind of surprising to me. I guess we've been having a good yap doing designing and obviously a bit of terraforming recording, which I'm going to finish very quickly so that that saves properly. But, what do you mean, bro? Oh man, you got a whole video to watch after this? Okay, you don't have to watch the video that releases as soon as this stream ends, but I would appreciate it, and I do think it's one of the best videos I've made in a while, maybe ever, so yeah. In my opinion, worth a watch. Alright. Grab all of this. How are we doing? Yeah, I want to get a little bit more. This feels so excessive, but sometimes I do underestimate the amount of blocks that are required for a build, so I'm being cautious and making sure I'm getting not very much, I guess. Getting enough. Remember when you only streamed? Well, real OGs remember when I didn't stream and I started making videos. When I don't think anyone active in my channel has been around since those days, but it's pretty funny. I guess for a while I didn't stream at all. Okay, what have we got? Like 10 stacks. Yeah. I'll go a little bit longer. I'm just gonna like come, because this is actually super close to where everyone's portals are. They'll be like fly out like, what happened? What happened to the world, Jen? Like, no, it was just me with a pickaxe. Yeah. Didn't you already have some at base? Yeah, but not loads. It was mostly the smooth variant, which you can't, which I'm not using, so yeah. Not exactly. There's netherrack. Oh, there's netherrack. Of course there is. Grab all of this. No, I've got to finish the stack because otherwise that's cringe. Just unsmooth it. Ah, yeah. Yeah, I'll just unsmooth it. Cheers. Super helpful. Okay, yeah, 12 stacks is definitely enough, plus 3 stacks of that. If that's not enough, then I'm sad. Right. Time to go back. And obviously we'll pack all of this up, say goodbye, and then that should be it, I think. I am so bad at navigating the nether sometimes. Are there any wind bursts, wind charges in here? Wait, I feel like most people, like not on the server, probably wouldn't have seen this before. But yes, there are plenty of wind charges. Cool. Whee! It's a rocket-free way of getting out the nether. Very handy. I always activate my elytra so I swoop super high. Very fun. Actually, we've got some shulker boxes to sort out, haven't we? Oh god, there's all this rubbish. Right, let's put all this in here. I've already got a basalt box, haven't I? Yep. Okay. Guess I can quickly add this across. I'm not going to use any of the smooth basalt, but I'm just making everything organized because that is my vibe, is organization. The blocks. Deep slate box. Need stone away. Oh, we're going to need loads of that, but I've actually got loads of stone. Yeah, just to, you know. What? Oh, it's only, 27 shulker boxes of stone. Fine. So, not a problematically large amount. No. Deep slate. Terracotta. Red sandstone, actually. Terracotta, what am I yapping about? Smooth red sandstone. Let's get rid of this. Oh, I need to add some stuff to it. Bruh. Mud. Different types of dirt. Stone. My chest is getting so full. This is such a problem. Constantly battling my own storage system. Yeah, kind of annoying. And so sandstone that's not going to fit in the chest. Or sandstone that's still not going to fit in the chest. Ricotta, but actually what I'm going to do is there's some polished, which I can replace this with. And in my smooth red sandstone box, just put all the smooth red sandstone that I've got. It's not going to fit. No. It's not gonna fit in the box. Why? Okay, I guess I need a sandstone box, maybe. Okay, polished. 5 more polished stuff. Yes, this is what I normally do off stream, is just sitting here, just organising shulker boxes. It's painful. But it's worth it to have organisation. Empty boxes, full box. Oh my god, I've still got more boxes to sort. Bruh. Deep slate box. Slate and cobble deep slate. Stone. Okay, I thought I was going to have to... Oh, I need to get a whole new shulker out for stone. I need a whole new shulker. Why? As I say, this storage needs updating. Badly. Very badly. The fact that so much stuff is packed into boxes is problematic. Like, should I really still live in my starter home? Like, I don't even know at this point whether it's better to live in my starter home or not. I actually can't remember whether I even planned for this to be my forever home or not. I have some kind of recollection of making sure that this storage system has a category for everything. So like, I could theoretically live here forever, but I don't know whether I planned for it or not. And it's looking like I probably should. And one thing that I don't actually have storage for is ores. It's a weird thing, but I actually have no storage for ores specifically. Like, I have minerals, But that's for minerals, not minerals trapped in rock still. Well, oh, that was exactly a stack of lapis lazuli. That is very satisfying. Potions, random crossbows. Dirt, of course. There can never be enough dirt, apparently. Actually, I think I... Oh, I'll just break it down, it's fine. I was like, actually, I think I have storage for copper ore. No, I break it all down. Boxes away, and... Torches. And then we're done. Alrighty, people. We are finally done. If you enjoyed the stream, make sure to give it a like, subscribe, all that fantastic stuff. I appreciate everybody coming to the stream today. You're all very cool. All the whimsies who turned up and all the non-whimsies who are very awesome. Glad that we kind of got all the designing done that I was hoping for. And yeah, I guess it's kind of spoilers for next episode too, because we're going to be doing some of that. Appreciate everybody making to the end of stream if you're watching this in the VOD. And yeah, see you guys next time. Bye, people. Bye, everybody. Bye. Alright, everybody. Bye. Bye, people.